In a place where life itself is a constant struggle, where humans might freeze to death, there is an apex predator that rules this frozen kingdom. With its towering structure, powerful jaws, and incredible sense of smell, it's known as the deadliest beast of the Arctic. Meet the polar bear. This majestic creature is not only admired for its beauty and strength, but also feared for its ferocity and unpredictable nature. But why do polar bears have such a notorious reputation? Well, keep watching, because in this video, we'll take you beyond the ice and unveil the secrets of the polar bear's reign of terror. Hello all you wildlife enthusiasts out there, and welcome back to the Wildest Beasts, where we explore the untamed corners of our planet and discover the fascinating creatures that call them home. But before we dive into the icy world of the polar bear, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our epic adventures. Now, let's begin our journey to uncover the mysteries of the Arctic's most feared predator. Polar bears are the most dangerous bears in the world. These apex predators are considered to be the largest living species of bear and the largest land carnivores on Earth. This terrestrial creature is not an average bear by any means. It's a beast in a class of its own. Unlike their close relatives, the brown and black bears, which mostly feed on berries, plants, and insects, polar bears are highly carnivorous, with a diet that mainly consists of seals. In fact, more than 90% of their diet is just meat. With a bite force of 12,000 psi, they're even stronger than the mighty grizzly bear at 1,060 psi and the American black bear, who ranges from 300 to 700 psi. This species is usually found near the Arctic Circle, surrounding the Arctic Ocean and other seasoned lands. While it's closely related to the brown bear, the polar bear has evolved significantly to survive in its harsh, icy environment. It has adapted to walking on snow, ice, and even open water. They may be bored on land, but these bears spend most of their lives out on the sea ice of the Arctic Ocean, which is why they're classified as marine mammals. In fact, their scientific name literally translates to maritime bear. The polar bear was first given its scientific name, Ursus maritimus, by Constantine John Phipps. Before that, it was considered to be its own individual species. However, after numerous research studies and observations, it was found that the polar bear had many similarities with the brown bear. It was evident that the evolution of both bears followed a similar path. Thus, the idea of them being two separate species was disproven, and the name Ursus maritimus was given to this creature by Phipps. Historically, polar bears were also known as white bears, sea bears, and Greenland bears before their scientific name was specified. They're also sometimes referred to as Nanook, which is the local Inuit term for polar bears. Polar bears are found across the Arctic Circle, from Canada, Alaska, and Russia to Greenland, and even some northern islands owned by Norway. Their range stretches all the way north to the North Pole, where they're perfectly adapted to living in the extreme cold and barren landscape. Unsurprisingly, human development in these areas is not much, which has greatly aided the polar bears in sustaining their populations. However, even though they're found all across the Arctic, their distribution is not uniform. They're more commonly found in the south compared to the north, and can be seen near the boundary between subarctic and humid continental climate zones. As they spend most of their time on the sea ice, it's not uncommon for polar bears to drift away with the ice. According to the IUCN, there is no accurate estimate of the total population of polar bears on Earth. However, biologists have estimated it to be around 20,000 to 25,000, or even as high as 31,000. These inhabitants are divided into 19 subpopulations, with the majority of 60 to 80% located in Canada. Out of these 19 species, 1 is at the brink of extinction, 2 are growing in number, 7 remain stable, and 9 do not have sufficient data as of 2017, which makes it difficult to determine their population trends. As we said earlier, polar bears are highly carnivorous creatures with a diet that primarily consists of meat. They mostly hunt for ringed and bearded seals because of their high fat content and abundance in their natural habitat. While seals are quite slippery and difficult to catch, polar bears have developed different methods to catch them. One of the most common methods is by keeping perfectly still until a seal comes out from its breathing hole or pupping den. However, due to the harsh weather conditions and constantly changing ice formations, polar bears have a low success rate in their hunts. In fact, it's estimated that less than 2% of polar bear hunts are successful. Apart from seals, polar bears have a varied diet that includes reindeer, eggs, beluga whales, birds, walruses, rodents, crabs, plants, berries, and, in some bizarre cases, other polar bears and their cubs. To survive in their harsh environment, polar bears have adapted to produce their own water through the metabolism of fats found in the blubber of seals. This is another reason why they rely on sea ice as their primary source of food, rest, and breeding ground. These giant creatures require more than 12,000 calories per day to maintain their energy levels and stay healthy. So, when they're hungry and in need of food, they can eat anything that moves to fill their stomachs. There are extremely rare cases of polar bears attacking humans, but due to hunger, they might not hesitate to attack. According to a study published in the Wildlife Society Bulletin, there have been 73 confirmed polar bear attacks on humans between 1870 to 2014, with 20 people killed and 63 injured. Out of these attacks, the majority occurred between 1960 to 2009, and a significant increase was seen in the period from 2010 to 2014. The report also states that nutritionally stressed adult male polar bears are the most likely to pose threats to human safety, with over half of the attacking bears being in below average body condition. There's also a truly horrifying story of a polar bear killing a woman and her 1-year-old son in front of a school in Alaska. The incident happened in the village of Wales. The 24-year-old Summer Myomick and her infant son Clyde on Hook were leaving a school building when they were attacked by a polar bear. Due to heavy snowfall, Myomick didn't notice the bear until it was too late. School staff did their best to stop the bear by hitting it with shovels, but the bear turned on them, forcing everyone inside the school building. After this tragic event, the school remained in lockdown until a resident of the village arrived and shot the polar bear dead. The reason behind these rare and extreme cases of polar bear attacks on humans is unknown, but some experts believe that climate change, melting sea ice, and human encroachment on their habitat might be causing an increase in these incidents. One of the most remarkable qualities of polar bears is their incredible sense of smell, which allows them to detect seals buried under a meter of thick snow from 1 kilometer away. Along with great vision and hearing, polar bears are also incredible swimmers. With a top swimming speed of 10 kilometers per hour, a walking speed of 5.6 kilometers per hour, and a running speed of up to 40 kilometers per hour, they're not just powerful on land, but also in the water. Polar bears are lonely animals who prefer to live in isolation for 4 to 6 months, during which they can gain a significant amount of weight. When polar bear cubs are born, they're usually blind and weigh less than 1 kilogram. An average litter size is only 2 cubs. In terms of weight and size, male polar bears are quite larger than females. Adult males can weigh between 300 to 800 kilograms and measure 6.6 to 8.2 feet, while adult females usually weigh around 150 to 300 kilograms and measure 5.9 to 6.6 feet in length. However, when females become pregnant, they can weigh up to 500 kilograms. The structure of a polar bear is quite distinct from brown bear, with a longer skull and nose, shorter ears and tail, and wider and larger feet. Polar bears are perfectly adapted for their Arctic habitat. The large area of their feet allows them to evenly distribute their body weight while walking on snow or thin ice, and also aids in efficient swimming by providing better propulsion. The paws of a polar bear are covered with a thick layer of dermal bumps that provide traction on slippery surfaces. Interestingly, studies have shown that most polar bears exhibit injuries on their right limbs, suggesting that they're predominantly right-handed. With 42 sharp teeth, polar bears are skilled hunters. Their teeth are just made to crush bones and slice through flesh. While they may look white or tan, the fur of polar bears is actually transparent, with a dense underfur and an outer layer of guard hairs that can grow up to 15 centimeters. As they age, their fur changes color from white to yellow. The average lifespan of a wild polar bear is around 25 years, but in captivity, they can live up to 30 years. However, due to hunting, pollution, climate change, and human development, the number of polar bears is rapidly declining. In fact, according to the IUCN list of 2021, polar bears are listed as vulnerable species, and most likely at the end of this century, we'll see a significant decline in their population. These deadly predators of the Arctic may have the strength and power to take down a fully grown seal or even humans, but if the current trend of climate change and human activities continues, we might only see them in a museum or a history book. In many cultures, polar bears also hold a special place. They're seen as symbols of strength, courage, and survival during challenging times. So it's our responsibility to take action and protect these majestic creatures and their fragile habitat before it's too late. What do you think about these incredible animals? Should we take more measures to protect them or leave it to Mother Nature? Well, don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments section below. We really hope this video has shed some light on the fascinating world of polar bears and the challenges they face. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.